In the 2024 race, former President Trump maintained a consistent lead against President Biden in North Carolina. But that is quickly changing now that Vice President Kamala Harris is now at the top of the ticket. A new Cook Political Report and BSG survey shows Harris now has a slight lead. In a head-to-head matchup, Harris leads Trump 48 to 47%. That 1 percentage point is within the margin of error, but a significant jump for Democrats. I spoke to Jessica Taylor, the Senate and Governor's editor at Cook Political Report. She says part of that may be due to a honeymoon period, but there has definitely been a shift in enthusiasm.
Whether she can sustain that momentum, Trump has been leading there in the state. I still think, it's a very competitive race, but, with Democrats, particularly younger voters, voters of color, more engaged in the race. If Harris is getting those, this makes it a newly competitive race, truly. And I think Trump has to fight for those independent voters, fight for women voters, and suburban women in particular.
Now, just last week, the courts ruled that third-party candidate RFK Jr. will remain on the ballot in North Carolina. And earlier this week, a judge ruled that Cornel West's new party will also be on the ballot. So how does that factor in? Well, it gives Harris a bigger lead. In this case, Trump loses some ground. Harris sits at 46%, Trump gets 44%, RFK Jr. and West get 4% each. Now, that shift for Democrats changed when Harris replaced Biden on the ticket, when some voters didn't like the choice of Biden or Trump.
Voters that really didn't like either candidate. So if some of these voters are taking a second look at Harris as a new candidate, I do think there is a threat that Kennedy could now pull more voters from Trump. And, as of now, there are only two swing states where Kennedy is on the ballot, and it's in North Carolina and Michigan. So that, we've seen how close races have been in these states and in North Carolina, and just a couple of percentage points, a couple thousand, 10,000 votes can really make a difference.